This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Good evening. New tonight, potential new IMPD recruits get an important lesson in a big part of police work. Interacting with the community they could be sworn to protect.
RTV6's Graham Hunter shows you the new incentives offered this latest recruit class, designed to improve the force and keep you safe.
I just got picked yesterday.
The IMPD is about to add some new recruits to the squad.
When I got the phone call, I didn't even know what to think. I was so excited.
Shayna Moore is a member of the 19th recruit class. If all goes well, she'll be among the first IMPD officers to experience a major increase in pay that comes from Mayor Joe Hogshead and Chief Brian Roach's initiative to grow recruiting and improve retention.
I grew up in a household of officers. My father and my mother are both police officers.
First-year officer pay with IMPD increases from $39,446 to $51,000, with second-year salaries increasing from $47,650 to $59,500. More news, she would one day become a member of law enforcement.
Growing up in a household full of officers, you see what their life is about, what they do. You know, they're there to serve the community.
Now she wants to show others what it's all about.
You know, I want to be a role model for my community, and that's the main reason why I chose to be an officer.
Moore joined fellow recruits and community members in a forum to discuss the relationship between IMPD officers and folks living across the Circle City.
Always looking at what's right and what's just.
I think it's really important for the community to be here.
Something Moore was glad to take part in.
As a recruit or police officer, we can see how the community sees us.
Because of what it means for her ability to be a better police officer.
Maybe that will help us better some of the things that we could be doing better in our community.
Moore and her fellow recruits will begin class on July 1st. Reporting in Indianapolis, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Oh, this latest recruit class of 75 recruits will get 932 hours of training over the next 24 weeks before they can officially join the Metro Police Force. And IMPD invited a special guest to speak at tonight's forum. Warren Central High School graduate Brandon Warren has spent much of his young life speaking against violence. He decided to make a difference after two of his friends were shot and killed. Part of his mission is helping bridge the divide between police and the community. He shared this message for the police recruits.
It is key to understand us, and that we are trying our best to understand them, and that they have to help us understand them, where they come from.
Brandon will be a sophomore at Ball State in the fall. Just yesterday, we told you he will represent Indiana at the National Jefferson Awards ceremony in Washington, D.C. after RTV6 surprised him with a local Jefferson Award last year.
The mystery surrounding a missing Indianapolis baby continues tonight, more than 2 months after she was last seen. Family members say 8-month-old Amaya Robertson was last seen alive on March 9th. She was not reported missing until March 16th. The little girl's mother says the last time she saw her daughter was when her boyfriend, Robert Lyons, took her to the babysitter. On March 23rd, police announced they are investigating the case as a homicide. No new info has been released since April 30th, when police last searched the babysitter's home. If you have tips that could help the case, you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 317-262-TIPS.
Metro Police say 2 kids are okay after their parent, who does not have custody, took them. Investigators say the 4-year-old boy and 2-year-old girl were dropped off at the North District Police Precinct around 4 o'clock this afternoon. The man accused of taking the children spoke with detectives. We're working to learn if any charges will be filed.
Playgrounds should be for all kids, but sometimes that's not the case. The school in Rocheville is working to change that, and they need your help. 8-year-old Chloe Ceballos has cerebral palsy. 8-year-old Ira Evans, who has spina bifida, they are among the dozens of children at Western Primary School that have trouble accessing the playground. That's why a campaign to build a special needs playground is underway. Trisha Harlow is helping lead this effort.
We need an area on the ground that's cushiony in case they have falls. The fence is very, very important. I just want our kids to have the same opportunity as the rest of our population in the school. There's nothing like fresh air and sunshine for our kids, and I just want them to be able to have the same thing.
How happy would you be if you got a playground?
Really happy, because I would be able to do things that other kids can do.
If you would like to donate to the cause, go to the IndyChannel.com or the RTV6 app and click on this story.
Now for our first look at your Storm Team 6 forecast. Earlier this week, we were enjoying the 80s, and now there's a chill in the air on this Friday night.
Yeah, if you had your windows open at all today, you probably closed them at some point. We'll talk about hitting rock bottom tomorrow morning. Temperature in Indy right now is 50 degrees. It's cooler to the north. Muncie's at 46. If sky is clear, the wind is calm. The stage is set for temperatures to drop into the 30s in a few spots. Let's get right to it. Clouds will increase in the morning. We're dry first half of Saturday. Our rain chances increase, though, late afternoon into the early evening. Temperature no warmer than about 60. To pick up the timeline, 7 a.m. There's your dry start. The gray is the cloud cover increasing in the afternoon. Between 1 and 4, you see the progression of rain into central Indiana. That continues into the evening. We'll talk about changes as we move into Mother's Day coming up.
RTV6 is working to get answers after witnessing a driver after driver run a stop sign, putting others in danger. This is at Southport and Man Road on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Gil Wainscott and his wife have lived in the neighborhood for 26 years. Gil says the intersection has always been bad, but the issues are getting worse as the area grows and traffic increases.
They just blow the stop sign. They just, there's no regard for anybody's safety. Several wrecks out here, a lot of horn blown right there. And it's a mess.
We reached out to the city about this problem. The Department of Public Works says it's working on a nearly $900,000 improvement to the intersection. It's expected to be ready in 2021. Police say if you have a safety concern and want more patrols in your area, go to impd.indy.gov. And new rideshare scooter rules will take effect in June or July. The Department of Business and Neighborhood Services approved the regulations this morning. Each company will be limited to 1,000 scooters, and operators will be required to place some scooters outside of downtown to make them more accessible to people in other parts of town.
We don't want the downtown area to be so oversaturated that it's only for people to come and play. We really want to see the companies expand upon their mission of providing last mile transportation.
Right now, there are 2 scooter companies in Indianapolis and 2 more are on the way.
Indiana's roads need a lot of work, but there's a shortage of workers to get the job done. Ahead, why you don't need experience to work in this industry. And next here.
Losing her, I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest.
Putting a price on your pet's life, the steps you can take to ease the financial burden if your 4-legged loved one falls ill. Working for you and working together. Here's what happened this week after you reached out to RTV6 for help in solving problems in your community.
The video that's causing concern tonight in Greencastle shows a truck blowing by a school bus while the stop arm is out.
If you see a stop sign out, stop.
Putnam County deputies say they have identified the driver seen in the video we showed you yesterday, blowing by a school bus while the stop arm was out. Investigators used videos shot by a neighbor to identify the driver in this case.
For years now, the woman who lives right here at this home says the mail service here in Fortville has been an issue. It's escalated to the point that at the end of last year, she filed a complaint with the Postal Service's Consumer Affairs Department.
The case was closed, and I have no idea why it was closed.
RTV6 is getting answers for people in Fortville who have been dealing with mail mix-ups for years. Charlotte Cote says that she's reported the problems to the mail carrier and the postmaster multiple times. A consumer affairs representative spoke with Carol and to the Fortville postmaster. She says they called Carol but did not get a call back. The Fortville postmaster is planning to reach out to Carol again and look into her complaints. We'll follow up with this and keep pushing for a solution.
At Ross, yes for less.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
If you have a dog or a cat you love, that's part of your family, would you be prepared to deal with a huge medical bill? Most people don't want to put their pets to sleep, but consumer reporter John Mattery shows you why you need a plan in advance so you don't waste your money.
If your pet ever needs surgery or cancer care, we're no longer talking a few $100s in costs. We're talking thousands, and that's forcing some pet lovers to make life and death decisions. Ellen Baker loves rescuing cats, but she'll forever have a special place in her heart for Bella, who died after 2 nights at a pet hospital.
And we were so happy to have her home.
Just minutes after opening Bella's carrier, she says,
She stumbled in that direction, cried out again, and fell over dead.
her beloved tabby cat had died despite scores of tests, lab work, and antibiotics.
Losing her, I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest.
But that was just the first punch. The second, the bill that hit the moment she and Bella arrived at the hospital.
I had to pay $2,204 up front.
Ellen handed over her credit card.
Can I condemn my cat to death by not spending the money?
But the next day, Bella was still sick and the hospital needed another $1,000. What was the total bill?
The final bill was actually $3,346.
Consumer Reports magazine says a day of testing can now cost over $1,000. A torn ligament, $3,000. Cancer treatment, $5,000 and up. So what can you do to make sure that when your kitty or puppy eventually gets sick, you're not hit with a surprise $5,000 bill?
I wish everyone who had a pet had insurance on that pet.
Dr. Wendy Vogel suggests pet insurance from $250 to $500 a year.
They will pay 90% of it. So if your bill is $1,000, you're only out $100 out of pocket, and that allows people to do the things that they want to do, but couldn't afford possibly without the insurance.
The tech site Mashable rated the top pet insurance companies for 2019 based on reviews. They're Healthy Paws, Trupanion, Nationwide, Pet First, Figo, and Embrace. Ellen Baker is going to explore those options, wondering how anyone can afford today's pet health care.
And many families, I'm sure, cannot. They have to make the option, if their pet is sick, to just simply put them to sleep.
2 other options, a care credit card, a sort of HSA for pets, or open a savings account for your pet and put a bit of money in every month, and that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matteries for RTV6.
Funeral services for former Indiana Senator Richard Lugar will be held in Indianapolis next week. The Lugar Center is asking people who would like to attend to register on its website. You can find a link in the RTV6 app. The service starts at 1 o'clock Wednesday at St. Luke's United Methodist Church. You can also pay your respects at the Indiana State House, where Lugar will lie in state for 24 hours before the funeral. The 6th-term senator died last month. He was 87 years old.
The state is preparing to repair more than 1,300 bridges and resurface more than 10,000 miles of roads across Indiana. That's not just good news for drivers, it's good news for people looking for work. There's a big labor shortage to complete all those projects. A new initiative called Work in Roads is raising awareness about those jobs. Travis Koontz has been building bridges, highways, and overpasses for more than 20 years.
It's very good pay. I mean, it's long hours. It's hard work, but it's very good pay. It's satisfying.
We're ready to bring you on. We're ready to train you up, and we're ready to provide you with not just a good job, but a good career.
Learn more about these opportunities. Go to hiringhoosiers.com and click on this story.
Burr, did it get cold, Kevin?
And fast.
And it's going to stay that way. We don't hit 70 until next Thursday. Oh, man. Be patient, everybody. This is May. It just won't feel like it. Temperatures down to 44 in Greencastle. Just follow 231 up Crawfordsville into Lafayette. Temperatures no warmer than 47 there. Temperatures in the morning. Upper 30s to lower 40s. It will be frosty as you get up into lower Michigan. Quite a cool start. Temperatures warm about 20 degrees from morning low to afternoon high tomorrow. 71 is our average high. You see where we're going to be over the next 5 days. The coolest days will be Mother's Day and on Monday. Now let's start talking about our chance for rain. If you're trying to get out, get some yard work done and get mowing done, first half of tomorrow, and then I think Monday and Tuesday will be the best days to get out and mow the lawn. As you look at tomorrow, dry through the first half of the day. Rain chances increase, then they'll peak tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Rain becomes likely. We may see 1/4 to half-inch amounts before this ends early afternoon on Sunday. Okay, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm picking up the timeline there. Clouds will have moved in. There are the rain showers along the state line with Illinois. By the time we move to 4, closing in on Indianapolis. Remember, 3:50 is when the green flag waves at the Motor Speedway. They can go in the rain. They have the tires for that. 4 o'clock to 7, the rain reaches the eastern portion of the state. Temperatures They'll be cooler tomorrow or warmer tomorrow than they will be on Sunday. Lower 60s to the north. If the rain speeds up at all, that'll cut into some of the temperatures in western Indiana. For example, Terre Haute with a 59-degree high because you get rain showers a little earlier in the day. Wind won't be too strong, but 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the northeast. Sunday morning, Mother's Day, best chance for showers the first half of the day. During the morning hours, we hold on to quite a bit of cloud cover through the day. We may see in the evening hours a few light sprinkles or showers redevelop, especially to the north. Sunday temperatures, they'll start cool in the 40s, and we don't recover at least to 60 degrees. I think most areas will stay in the upper 50s, with the showers confined to the first half of the day. As you look at Sunday high temperatures, 54 in Kokomo, 58 in Bloomington, and also Columbus. Here's your 7-day forecast. Very unusual for this time of year. Warmest temperatures are Thursday and Friday of next week. We just have to be patient and get there. Coolest temperatures will be Sunday and Monday, with temperatures in the middle to upper 50s for the high.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Kevin, for that. You know, this is a big weekend for Purdue students. The university's spring graduation ceremonies began today, and they continue through Sunday afternoon.
Now, RTV6 has been taking a look back through our archives leading up to our 70th anniversary at the end of the month. And this story caught our eye, a surprise for some members of Purdue's graduating class of 1979.
The simple letters ENG, used to describe a college education, could only mean engineering on the Purdue campus, but to a certain computer and a publishing company in North Carolina that printed this year's yearbook, The Debris, ENG means English. So when the debris went on sale here, it was to the horror of engineering majors incorrectly called English graduates. The mistake is repeated 600 times. Other mistakes. Electrical engineering majors are being put into elementary education. These three girls are getting diplomas for ID, HE, and SP. Lynn Havlett is a bus major. And Ruth Herman studied R for 4 years.
Most of the complaints are pretty understanding. People are, you know, they want to get it off their chest and then they understand. But I'd say there's 20 to 25 people that are just really hot under the collar.
Well, I was very surprised to find out that I had studied GAG for 4 years, because all along I thought I was a general agriculture major at Purdue.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, quite surprised and just a little bit upset. Just a little bit.
We're sorry. We're extremely sorry.
Ironically, the debris has sold out this year, helped by the computer blunder. The editor keeps saying he's sorry, and it couldn't happen again.
Well, that was Dan O'Rourke reporting 40 years ago this week, and that edition of The Debris is archived on the Purdue Library's website, mistakes and all.
Major in gag. So
I don't have my yearbook, but I do have my Purdue ID.
Oh, will you look at that?
Hold on to the weirdest.
Can I see the hair, too? The hairstyle, excuse me.
I was a little blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can only, this is left up to your imagination.
Right.
Please conjure up the best image possible. I'm done.
Love seeing that.
Awesome.
Hey, join us as we celebrate 70 years together working for you. On May 30th at 7 p.m., our 1-hour special featuring RTV6 staff, past and present, sharing their memories and favorite stories. Hosted by former anchors Clyde Lee and Deion Willis. You can check out more stories from the archives right now at theindychannel.com/70years. Now, let's go to Brad Brown for sports. Brad.
All right, so we had to bundle up out there all day, but certainly as the day got going on track, the action heated up. Qualifying made for a very competitive afternoon. How about the defending champ, Will Power? How did he fare? Back on pole, perhaps? Not quite, but we'll show you where he will be starting, plus the rest of the front of the field when the News at 11 continues.
You need to know
at Martin.com.
Well, the stars were out today at the Speedway. Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri waving the green flag on the USF 2000 race. Now, Vinny's actually got some interest in this. He is part owner of Miller Vinatieri Motorsports with Dr. Jack Miller. Miller's son, Jack Walter, one of 2 drivers in the USF 2000 series for that team. Vinatieri says, loves the Speedway. You have to. Being here this long, right? Good to see him out there here on a Friday. Good evening, everyone. The temperatures felt a bit like mid-March, but it certainly sounded and felt like May at the Speedway today. Grand Prix weekend getting underway. The cool conditions actually made for a very competitive IndyCar qualifying session, and we ended up with a first-time pole winner. Swedish driver Felix Rosenqvist had the fastest lap in the final round of knockout qualifying, good enough to finish ahead of the other 5 in that last group. The rookie driver for Chip Ganassi Racing has made the Fast Six a couple times already this season, but this will be the first time he leads the field to the green flag here. And he'll have his teammate joining him on the front row of the grid Saturday. Scott Dixon was just 2/10 behind Felix as Honda takes the top 4 spots. Jack Harvey will start 3rd. That's the best grid position of his IndyCar career. Colton Herta had the day's fastest lap in the second practice earlier, but he'll have to settle starting 4th. Ed Jones will be 5th, and defending Grand Prix champ Will Power on the outside of row 3. It's a Swede on pole, feeling sweet about it.
That was amazing. I think, we held in there, and both cars were fast, so we just had to be calm and, be quick when it mattered. It was tough to make the shootouts. It was so tight, and every time I came in and I looked at the times, I was like, oh, like if I didn't get that last lap in, I wouldn't have, succeeded. So, yeah, amazing, and the car was just great.
Winning pole is not new for Rosenqvist. During the 2015 Formula 3 season in Europe, he took the pole position in 16 of 33 races. He also won 3 poles last season in Formula E. 4 of the 5 IndyCar Grand Prix winners here have won from the pole position, so maybe he's your favorite on Saturday. David Letterman at the track again today with his Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing brethren. Their sponsor, United Rentals, is doing their Turns for Troops promotion again. This year's focus is on what is called the Strong Mind program. It uses VR technology to help men and women in the military train in realistic surroundings without the dangers of live field demos. Letterman talked this afternoon about his pride in being part of the program, which he now has a very personal connection to.
Without the immediacy of understanding what this does, it is just a good idea. But now, my nephew had a ROTC scholarship at Ball State University, and he is a lieutenant, and he is stationed in Kansas and waiting to be deployed. So now this is no longer for me, for my family, an abstract concept that you say, that's admirable, I'm glad to be a part of it, to now it is a fully dimensional part of our lives.
And indeed part of a lot of lives. They hope to raise $1 million over the course of this season for that cause. You can find more information about the Turns for Troops program online. Here's a look at Saturday's track agenda. Gates will open at 7:30 in the morning. Racing all day from the Road to Indy Series. IndyCar warm-up laps will go at 11:15 a.m. And the green flag for the big race is at 3:50. Join us on the news at 6 tomorrow night. Highlights and a recap. Day first, Tony Kanaan live at IMS. We will see you then. Back to wrap up tonight's news at 11 next.
On RTV6 News. Hiring Hoosiers all new Monday. I'll show you how Thunder here at the Correctional Industrial Facility in Pendleton is helping inmates re-enter society successfully.
We're giving them skills that enable them to go in different directions.
That's all new Monday at 6 a.m. And thousands of books are going to schools and nonprofit organizations around central Indiana thanks to a popular bookstore. Half Price Books donated 5,000 books in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week. Representatives say the giveaway would not be possible without the community.
The books come from the local community and our customers. We donate, and we match for every book a customer donates, we donate one.
Half Price Books has donated more than 2 million books nationwide through this program.
Rise and shine, and we may actually have a little sunshine first thing in the morning. Remember, you send me your dog's picture. I'll take your dog for a walk during the forecast. Isn't Daisy? Daisy gives you those eyes. No matter what the temperature is in the morning, you're going walking. 42 degrees at 7 a.m., and we'll move from there and only land at about 62. The showers late in the day. Okay, we asked you to conjure up an image and imagine what I look like in college.
Oh, look at you.
There it is. There I am.
What a stud.
Right there. I always say I haven't weathered so well.
You're so funny.
Yeah, so I carry this. I think I'm less likely to lose it in my wallet than if it were at home.
You've had it for how long?
Do you want to tell us?
Yes. 1987.
Have a great weekend.